Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2nd, Chapter 6, Purush Sukta confirm, Shloka Kramanka 23 and 24. We try to understand
25 also, Mataji.
this two shlokas. In these shlokas, Purushottam Krishna, the Supreme Master of Knowledge, reasons and all manifestation. What, Prabhuji?
We'll cover even 25.
Oh, yes, 22 to 25. Shloka. Yada asya, nahi, sorry. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam
Naram
Namaskritya
Chaiva Narottamam Devim
Devim
Saraswatim
Saraswatim
Vyasam
Tatam
Tatajayam Udiret
Udire
Nashtaprayashva
Nastapayasya
Bhadreshu
Bhadreshu
Nityam
Nityam
Bhagavata
Bhagavata
Sevaya
Sevaya
Bhagavati
Bhagavati
Uttama
Uttama
Shloke
Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtikim.
Bhaktirabhavati Nashti
Hare Krishna. Yada Asya Nabhyata Nalino Nalinata
Yada asya nabhyat nalinad
Nalinato Aham Asam Atmanah
aham asam mahatmanah
Na Avidam Yagya Sambharan
navidam yagya sambharan
Purusha Avayavan Rute
purusha vyavan rute
Teshu Yagyasya Pashavaha
teshu yagyasya pashavah
Sa Vanaspatayaha Kushaha
sa vanaspatayah kushaha
Idam Cha Deva Yajanam
idam cha deva yajanam
Kalaha Cha Uru Guna Anvitaha
kalah cha urugunanvitah
Vastuni Aushadaya Snehaha
vastuni aushadhayah sneha
Rasaloha Mrudaha Jalam
rasaloha mrudah jalam
Rucha Yajunshi Samani
रुचः यजुंषि सामानि
Chatuhotram Cha Sattama
चातुः होत्रं च सत्तम
Yada Asya Nabhyata Nalinata
यदा अस्य नाभ्यात् अनलिनाद
Aham Asam Atmanaha
अहम् आसं महात्मनः
Na Avidam Yagya Sambharan
नावीदं यज्ञसम्भारान्
Purusha Avayavan Rute
पुरुषव्यवान् ऋते
Teshu Yagyasya Pashavaha
तेषु यज्ञस्य पशवः
Sa Vanaspatayaha Kushaha
स वनस्पतयः कुशाः
Idam Cha Deva Yajanam
इदं च देवयजनं
Kala Cha Uru Guna Anvitaha
कालः च उरुगुणान्वितः
Vastuni Aushadaya Snehaha
वस्तुनि औषधयः स्नेहाः
Rasaloha Mrudaha Jalam
रसलोह मृदः जलम्
Rucha Yajunshi Samani
रुचः यजुंषि सामानि
Chatuhotram Cha Sattama
चातुः होत्रं च सत्तम
Yada Asya Nabhyata Nalinata Am Asam Mahatmana Na Avidam Yagya Sambharan Purusha Avayavan Rute Teshu Yagyasya Pashava Sa Vanaspatayah Kushaha Idam Cha Deva Yajanam Kala Cha Urugun Anvita Vastuni Aushade Sneha Rasalo Amrudam Jalam Rucha Yajunshi Samani Chatu Hotram Cha Sattama. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण यदा अस्य नाभ्यान् नलिनाद् अहमासं महात्मनः नावीदं यज्ञसम्भारान् पुरुषव्यवान् ऋते तेषु यज्ञस्य पशवः स वनस्पतयः कुशा इदं च देवयज्ञं कालः च उरुगुण अन्विताः वस्तुनि औषधयः स्नेहा रसलो मृदा जलाम् रुचः यजुंषि सामानि चातुः होत्रं च सत्तम
Translation and purport by the Śrīla Prabhupada, Jagadguru Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. When I was born from the abdominal lotus flower of the Lord Mahā-Viṣṇu, the great person, I had no ingredients for sacrificial performances except the bodily limbs of the great personality of Godhead. But for performing sacrificial ceremonies, one requires sacrificial ingredients such as flowers, leaves, and straw, along with the sacrificial altar and a suitable time spring. Other requirements are utensil, grains, clarified butter, honey, gold, earth, water, the Ṛg Veda, Yajur Veda, and Sāma Veda, and four priests to perform the sacrifice. Purport: Lord Brahma, the creator of the cosmic manifestation, is known as Swambhu, or one who is born without father and mother. The general process is that a living creature is born out of the sex combination of the male father and the female mother. But Brahma, the firstborn living being, is born out of the abdominal lotus flower of the Mahā-Viṣṇu plenary expansions of Lord Krishna. The abdominal lotus flower is part of the Lord's bodily limbs, and Brahma is born out of the lotus flower. Therefore, Lord Brahma is also a part of the Lord's body. Brahma, after his appearance in the gigantic hollow of the universe, saw darkness and nothing else. He felt perplexity, and from his heart he was inspired by the Lord to undergo austerity, thereby acquiring the ingredients for sacrificial performances. But there was nothing besides the two of them, namely the personality of Mahā-Viṣṇu and Brahma himself, born of the bodily part of the Lord. For sacrificial performances, many ingredients were in need, especially animal. The animal sacrifice is never meant for killing the animal, but for achieving the successful result of the sacrifice. The animal offered in the sacrificial fire is, so to speak, destroyed, but the next moment it is given a new life by dint of the Vedic hymns chanted by the expert priest. When such an expert priest is not available, the animal sacrifice in the fire of the sacrificial altar is forbidden. Thus, Brahma created even the sacrificial ingredients out of the bodily limbs of the Garbhodakshai Vishnu, which means that the cosmic order was created by Brahma himself. Also, nothing is created out of nothing, but everything is created from the person of the Lord. The Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita 10.8, Am sarvasya prabhav matta sarvam pravartate. Everything is made from my bodily limbs, and I am therefore the original source of all creation. The impersonalists argue that there is no use in worshipping the Lord when everything is nothing but the Lord Himself. The personalist, however, worships the Lord out of a great sense of gratitude, utilizing the ingredients born out of the bodily limbs of the Lord. The fruits and flowers are available from the body of the earth, and yet Mother Earth is worshipped by the sensible devotee with ingredients born from the earth. Similarly, Mother Ganges is worshipped by the water of the Ganges, and yet the worshipper enjoys the result of such worship. Worship of the Lord is also performed by the ingredients born from the bodily limbs of the Lord, and yet the worshipper, who is himself a part of the Lord, achieves the result of devotional service to the Lord. While the impersonalist wrongly concludes that he is the Lord himself, the personalist, out of a great gratitude, worships the Lord in devotional service, knowing perfectly well that nothing is different from the Lord. The devotee therefore endeavors to apply everything in the service of the Lord, because he knows that everything is the property of the Lord, and that no one can claim anything as one's own. This perfect conception of oneness helps the worshipper in being engaged in his loving service, whereas the impersonalist, having falsely popped up, remaining remains a non-duty forever without being recognized by the Lord. To perform a sacrifice successfully, at least four expert priests are needed. One who can offer hota, one who can chant udgata, one who can kindle the sacrificial fire without the aid of separate fire, advaryu, and one who can supervise Brahma. Such sacrifices were conducted from the birth of Brahma, the first living creature, and were carried on till the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthir. But such expert Brahmana, uh, priests are very rare in this age of corruption and quarrel, and therefore in the present age only the yajna of chanting the holy name of the Lord is recommended. The scriptures Harer Nam, Harer Nam eva kevalam kalau nastiva gati anyata. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवाञ्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्विताञ्च नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देश तारिणे वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Today we continue Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2nd, Chapter 6, Purush Sukta Confirm, and we try to understand Shloka Kramaka 20 to 25. Here they describe about the uh, how the Brahma manifested, cosmic manifestation, and Brahma is what is called Brahma and why it called, and then again they describing about the uh, uh, sacrificial increments which require for performing the ceremonies. Both are both shlokas 24 and 25 they describing about that. And here in this shlokas Prabhupada told that there are four expert priests needed: Hota, Udgata, Advaryu, and Brahma. What are to whom we call like addressing this that told. And in Kali Yuga only the uh, Hare Krishna chanting is recommended. And that's in scriptures also told Hare Nam eva kevalam kalona steva nastiva. Prabhuji will tell us in nicely. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So thank you very much, Mataji, for a wonderful summarization as we continue the discussions further. So Brahmaji is now enlightening us after making us aware of how the universe has been formed, of how he proceeded further to understand and to implement the instructions of Lord Krishna. So he had received the knowledge directly from Krishna, we all know. So what these two shlokas are trying to do is they are bridging the narrative of creation with practical essence of devotional life. And that is the most important aspect that we see here. The universe, sacrificial systems, even most elevated rituals, they ultimately point towards bhakti as the supreme goal. So Prabhupada ji is using the example of Lord Brahma of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings to establish that the highest perfection is pure devotional service, free from material motives. Anya Bhilashita Shunyam. So we see in the first shloka about how Lord Brahma and how there is the origin of all ingredients. So Brahma ji is Swayambhu. That means he is born without father or mother. So you all know how the lotus emerges from the Mahā-Viṣṇu's navel, and then on that lotus, Brahmaji comes. Now, lotus is part of Mahā-Viṣṇu's body, that is Lord's body. So Brahma himself is also a part of the Lord. That thing exists independently. Everything emanates from the Lord, as confirmed by him in Bhagavad Gita, 8th verse of the 10th chapter. Aham sarvasya prabhava mattha sarvam pravartate itvi matva bhajante mam bodha bhava samanvita. So Krishna says, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So everything belongs to Krishna. Everything comes from Krishna. This is the most important aspect which is being made be understood. And it is not that this ends here. There's a reasoning behind it. So many scriptures, everywhere it is mentioned. For example, in Atharva Ved, Gopal Tapashni Upanishad, it is said, Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam, Yo Vai Vedamsa Gapayati Sma Krishna. It is Krishna who in the beginning instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge and who disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. And then the biggest statement comes in Narayana Upanishad. Atah Purusha Vai Narayano Akamayat Prajaha Srijayati. Then the Supreme Personality of Narayan desired to create living entities. And same thing comes even in Bible. Then the Lord desired. So Narayanath Brahma Jayate, Narayanath Prajapati Prajayate, Narayanath Indra Jayate, Narayanath Stu Visava Jayate, Narayanath Ekadasha Rudra Jayate, Narayanath Dwadash Adityaha. So Narayan is the source of all things, what we read here. Narayan is an expression of Krishna himself. So indirectly what means is nothing emanates from nothing. Everything comes from Krishna only. And same is the situation with the sacrificial ingredients from the Lord, the yajna. So Brahmaji had no materials for yajna except whatever came from Lord's bodily limbs. So the 11 elements that are being talked about in the purport, flowers, grains, and even the Vedic, the animals for Vedic yajnas, they originate from him. Now, when we talk of animals, we need to understand that the yajna animals, the sacrifice in Vedic times meant reviving the animal via mantras, not killing for consumption. It is the effect of Kali which has changed the views. Otherwise, the right approach is what we understand as personalists, wherein we recognize everything as the Lord's property and offer it back in gratitude. Impersonalists misinterpret oneness to mean I am God, rejecting the Lord's personal form. Well, actually, we are ever grateful to Krishna, like offering Ganga water back to Ganga, worshipping Mother Earth with her own products. This is most important. And that is where we understand the philosophy of ekatva, oneness. True oneness means all beings are parts and parcels of the Lord, qualitatively one, like sparks of fire, but quantitatively different. The Mayavadis misinterpret, who say that equality is there in all respects and God does not have personal form, but then that is wrong. And it may use so many analogies for it. We spoke about the spark of fire, so spark and fire, they have the same quality, but quantum different. Or say the drop of water and the ocean full of water. The water has the same composition chemically, but magnitude different. Family and father, everyone has the same interest, but everyone has different roles to perform. So similarly, all living entities are members of Krishna's family. And so, if we are all members of Krishna family, we are one. But then Krishna is Vibhu, while we are Anu. Being Anu, we cannot understand Krishna's potency. That is important here. And then we see that the purpose of life is enjoyment centered on the Lord. By nature, everyone is Anandamaya. We saw it in the 12th verse of first canto itself. So in the material world, enjoyment is misdirected, which causes classes. In the spiritual realm, enjoyment is centered on Krishna, the supreme Ras Leela center without conflict. So realization of this unity removes the moha and the shoka, that is illusion and lamentation. So the question comes in Kali Yuga, what kind of a yajna can be performed? Because over the period, there has been a decline of the Vedic yajnas. Ancient sacrifices were highly scientific, based on precise sound vibration and expert priests. In Kali Yuga, qualified Brahmanas are rare, so such yajnas are often degrading into show or cheating. So the scriptures conclude that the only recommended yajna in Kali Yuga is Sankirtan Yajna, chanting the holy names. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nameva Kevalam, Kalau Nastyeva, 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 Gatiranyatha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally gave us these instructions and he exemplified on how it is to be done. And His Divine Grace, Abhay Chanarinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada, has spread the same information everywhere throughout the world. And Guru Maharaj is doing the same thing as also all the other devotees. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So what is important is that yajna can be encouraged. Any work, charity that promotes Krishna consciousness is worth doing. What should be given up is rituals for material prosperity. They are not required to be kept because prosperity in the material world is it's temporary, and that is why Krishna says niyatasya tu sannyasa karmana na upapadyate mohat asya parityagah tamasah parikirtitah. Prescribed duties should never be renounced. If one gives up his prescribed duties because of illusion, such renunciation is said to be in the mode of ignorance. So what is required to be done is not giving up all these things. What we need to do is simply follow the instructions of Krishna. Tameva sharanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shantim sthanam prapasyasi shashvatam. O son of Bharat, surrender unto him utterly. By his grace you will attain transcendental peace and the supreme and eternal. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the perfect example for us. He appeared with his associates to spread the Sankirtan Yajna. He taught that chanting should be done purely, not for hearing, prosperity, or mundane desires. The Panchatattva mantra is recited before the Hare Krishna Mahamantra to nullify the offenses. And look at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He himself accepted his Guru's instructions to chant constantly, showing the perfect disciple's mood. So the Guru-disciple relationship is very important and the backbone in Kali Yuga. Disciple must see himself as a fool before the Guru, faithfully executing instructions. Independent action without Guru's sanction all spiritual progress. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, we have the example wherein he used to inform success comes by strictly following the Guru's words. Shrauta Vakya. So that is what we are being extolled to do. Real Vedanta study leads to Krishna consciousness. Whatever we study, that is something which even Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita. सर्वस्य च अहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृति ज्ञानमपोहनं च वैदे च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृत् वेद विदेव च अहम्. Chanting Hare Krishna is itself the protection of Vedanta understanding. Even a low-born person chanting purely is considered to have performed all Vedic rituals. But then there is a danger of studying Vedanta and becoming an impersonalist, missing the essence that we have to be taking special care of. So the key takeaways from today's shlokas: all creation is from the Lord, so we have to use it in His service. Ishavasyanidam sarvam. Ekatvan means qualitatively oneness, not equality in all respects. Thirdly, pure devotion surpasses ritualism. Sankirtana is the yajna for Kali Yuga. Fourth, follow Guru's strict orders strictly. Humility is the foundation. We have to be aware that we are the lowest of all, and we have to aspire to be a servant of the servant of the servant of the gopis. Trinadapi sunichena. Fifth, Vedanta's goal is Krishna. Chanting the holy name is the perfection. So finally, what we understand is we have to chant without material motive, to please Krishna, not for personal benefit. And the moment we start doing it, we'll get all the knowledge that is required, and Krishna will appear himself. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.